you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires come to you. If your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, as dreamers do, fate is kind. It brings to those who love the sweet fulfillment of their secret longing. Like a bolt out of the blue, fate steps in and sees you through. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. Hello friends, this week we are working on probably my favorite Disney song. And I grew up on a lot of Disney music thanks to my father. This is When You Wish Upon a Star, but this is even more important in the ukulele world because it was sung by none other than Jiminy Cricket himself, Mr. Cliff Edwards, or Ukulele Ike, one of the finest popular ukulele players of the 20s, 30s, and 40s. This is a gorgeous little tune, and while the changes are not too difficult or anything that we wouldn't expect, it's a very great ballad that we can play just to keep things very simple, but there are some minor tweaks that we can make to these chords, and we can play around with some of these chords to add a little bit more movement. So I arranged this in the key of B flat, and these are not necessarily the original chords. This is one of the few songs that I've done my own arrangement of that I kind of stick to, so I hope that you do like these chords that we used here. I think it gives a nice sense of motion, and part of this is based off of the Bill Frisell version, which came out in the early 2010s or so. So this little chord melody section in the beginning, it's really just walking down a scale. We're starting on a C minor 7th chord, so just barring all the way across your 3rd fret, and we'll strum through that, and then we're going to strum, and then we're going to hit the G string, and the rest are going to be all individual notes now. We'll play the A as we walk down the scale on the 5th fret of our E string as opposed to the open A, to let this chord kind of ring out a little bit more, so you can hear that we have that nice harmonious sound as opposed to just letting it fall flat. And then open G, and then we walk right down. F on the 1st fret of our E string, E flat on the 3rd fret of our C string, D, and then open C. So our first little section. Just walking all the way that really down a B flat major scale, more or less here. And the key to that, since we're playing these individual notes, is to let these notes ring as long as possible so that we get this sense of harmony, although just playing individual notes. And then we're going to go up and we're going to play a different voicing for a C minor 7. We play open 3-3 because we want to highlight the G here. That's our melodic note, so we'll have that double. And then we'll strum through an F major chord with the A string open. We won't use the pinky or anything to grab our C on the 3rd fret of the A string. We're just playing F 7th chord, 2-3-1 open. So you can hear the melody come out with just these simple adjustments. And and then we're into the tune itself. Now, the thing about this tune, there's some little sections of this where you'll note that the chord voicings are identical for two different chords in here. We've talked about that before on this channel as to why that would be functionally, but I want to show you how you can change some things up. So we start on this B flat 6th chord, B diminished, and then we're on a C minor 7th. So what I like to do here is just fill a little bit of space. Whenever we're not singing, we don't necessarily want to just strum chords. We have an opportunity to let the uke shine through for a little bit. So I'm just walking down from an E flat with my pinky, 6, 5, 3, and then I play the B flat on the G string on the 3rd fret, which is already down. And then we go to an F7th chord here. And I like to add a D up top on this, which gives us, we have this nice half step between the D and the E, but it's a little bit of motion. And you'll find this in ballads and slower tunes that we have the ability to add more motion to the chords by adding some of these little extensions. And then as we go to this diminished chord here, remember that diminished chords are always movable and they repeat themselves across the fingerboard. So we're using this open one here, open 1, open 1. Play it first on the 1st fret, and then we can play it on the 4th fret. Same chord. And we have an alternative voicing that we can use. Instead of going back to this B flat 6, open 2, 1, 1, we could in fact go up to this one right here, open 5, 6, 5. So it's your G major chord slid on up to the 5th fret. But what this does is it gives us that sense of motion of resolution with the motion of those diminished chords. So as we get through that, and then we're in a D minor 7th chord, at that point we could in fact play that right here across our 5th fret as a bar if we're already sitting here. And then we can play that next diminished chord by just going up 5, 6, 5, 5. Let me play these first couple bars for you so you can see some of these alternative voicings that we can use. And then as we're on this diminished chord, we can actually leave our ring finger right where it is to come down to this E flat chord here. And then to our F7th, or we could even play an F7th in this position. Like that, we can have E flat, F7th by just keeping the pinky right where it is. So we're at 3, 3, 3, 6. And then we go to 5, 5, 5, 6. And we can resolve to that same B flat 6th chord. And then walk this down chromatically. So here's a fun turnaround that you can use when you resolve to the B flat 6. So you're at this B flat 6, open 5, 6, 5, and we can walk it down 4th fret, 3rd fret, and then there's your F7th. So here's the entire A section, which is some of these substitutions thrown in, so that you can hear an alternative way to think about voicing this. Here's our turnaround. So you have a few options there for different voicings. Don't leave yourself just at the bottom of the fingerboard. There's so much more on the uke that we can do by using these alternative voicings. These same exact chords just moved further up to complement the melody of the song. I'll see you all next week.